How y'all doing today? Cool.
Have you had enough time to get a sense of what the vibe's going to be like with this new defensive core, or is it too early for something?
Yeah, a little sneak peek here and there, but at the end of the day, nothing really matters till we put the football pads on. So, getting to know all our new players, new additions. Everyone's coming into work and working really hard, grinding, and, we're staying together, just taking it day by day. It's been fun. It's been great.
When it is a defense that is totally new, for lack of a better term, being one of the leaders on that side of the ball, how much of this time is really just spent developing and building that trust with the new guys?
Yeah, that's the biggest thing. It's just developing and, understanding the Cardinal way of how we speak football. A lot of different teams and defenses. There's all these different schemes and route formations that we call differently here versus other teams. So just everyone getting along and getting on the same page and being able to talk, Cardinal football talk is the biggest thing, and just understanding the scheme and how it works. And Nick and our coaches do a great job of, taking it step by step in a sense of giving guys an understanding of how things work and why we're doing the things we do. So it's been great.
Will you accelerate the process to make sure that it's ready by week one?
Can you say that one more time?
Can you accelerate that process with as many new guys that you have, especially in key roles? Can you accelerate that process to a point that it's ready to go week one and this defense is, in fact, better, like a lot of us think it's going to be?
Yeah, there's no acceleration of, how to do things. It's, you got to put in the work day in and day out to understand the way that we do things. But, I know for a fact we'll be ready week one. We got a lot of time to continue to speak Cardinal football, have our conversations, and understand our game plans. So I know for a fact we'll be ready week one. It's just a matter of taking it day by day and understanding the scheme and making sure know it, like we always talk about. You might know it, but then again, it's like, do I really know it? It's really like knowing it, and I truly believe that each and every player, when we step on that football field, will know it because of the way our coaches are teaching, the game of football and how we play on defense.
What can the additions up front help you guys do on the back end?
I think the additions up front will help us tremendously. Like I said, at the end of the day, we got to see what it looks like when we're on the field, all 11 on the field. But I definitely think having a great defensive line helps the DBs and just help us get to the football and maybe get our hands on the football a little more. And me being a DB, I'm definitely excited.
Are you excited about the additions? Good, just in terms of your throws, what you saw in free agency in the draft?
Yeah. I've gave Monty and, our coaches all the praise. I've been talking a lot of smack to them. They know that. So, I always talk to them and, see what we can do better and stuff like that. And, definitely excited for the additions that we have. And excited to just go in and come and work each and every day with those guys and, play great football at the end of the day.
How is it the ability? Okay.
You're good.
The ability to play with Calais.
Yeah, you hear about Calais all the time. I unfortunately got drafted here in 2017, so he was gone at the time. But just when he was playing playing with the Ravens and playing with Miami, just being able to have little conversations with him and see him, of course, when our offense is on the field and the opposing defense is on the field, just seeing him play, seeing the way he gets off the ball. Yeah, he's older, but he's a big guy in there. So, you're going to need two guys to get him out the way just because how big he is, but how smart he is, the intelligent, mind that he has as a defensive player. He's been playing, defense for a long time. So he understands a lot of things that he can help with the younger guys, and just having him as a whole, definitely excited to be along playing with him.
There's a handful of rookie DBs, and from your experience however many years ago and what you've seen here in Arizona over the years, what can and should be prioritized or done for a rookie to be as caught up to speed and as prepared as they can be either by training camp or week one?
Yeah, so when I was a rookie at the time, it was I wasn't able to be here until my school graduated. So for me, I wasn't able to be around my teammates until training camp. So that was a big kind of loss for me. I was able to talk to the coaches and have Zoom calls, but it's a whole new world right now. So for the DBs, they understand. They're understanding it each and every day. They're getting critiqued by the coaches. You see guys coming in earlier to get more meetings with the coaches to understand, the way that they should do things. So I definitely think the rookies will be ready. You have me, you have guys like JT and even Garrett Williams able to help. And at the end of the day, for me and JT, it's our job to communicate to our corners whatever they have to do. So, to be honest with you, if we're on a game day right now, I could easily tell our young corners what to do each and every snap because that's our job. So for them, it's just to understand what they have to do and understand the game plan, but just also understand you're going to be communicating with us all the time. So you'll never not know what to do because our communication is so key and so important that you'll have an understanding on what to do when it's time to play.
One playoff trip in 8 seasons. Are you excited to get this team back to the playoffs this fall?
For me, I'm excited to just grind with my teammates and take it one day at a time with my teammates and understanding that the additions that we've had is a great thing for us. But at the end of the day, we got to put it on film, and we first got to put the work in. So this off season, we're putting the work in. The mandatory OTAs, all the mandatory stuff. We're gonna continue to grind and get better. Training camp is when we're really gonna, know what we are, and you guys will see.
When it comes to building chemistry, do you guys do stuff outside the facility? And when it comes to that stuff, do veterans want that to be? Are you intentional about trying to do stuff like that, or is it more organic?
It's a little bit of both. It's intentional just because, like I said, we got new additions on the team, especially in the DB core, young guys. So just for them to understand who we are and kind of have that communication outside of football is definitely something special. For example, yesterday we went to bowling. The DBs, and did a bowling event at the main event yesterday, had a great time bowling, talking smack to each other, just building that camaraderie and understanding who we are outside of football as well. We're all competitive. We had a really great time, and, come into work this morning, see the same guys, and continue to grind and communicate and do all the things necessary for us to be a good football team. But it definitely is special to have that camaraderie outside of football as well.
Do you plan bowling, or is that like a group effort?
So it was a group effort. Nick Morales as well. He came, and our DB coaches came as well, and just to have a good time and bowl. And I won the first game, 131. But I think Rabbit, I think he bowls on the outside. The way the spin was working and the way he stepped up as his approach to throwing the ball, you could tell that he's done that before. So Rab, he took the win the second time. So
you went back to the postseason idea. What's the itch level for you in your career to kind of be a part of that?
Oh, the itch level has been there since my rookie year. I'm heading into year 9. I always tell everybody I'm very competitive. I'll be mad if you beat me in rock, paper, scissors. So just being able to get in those very important postseason games is definitely something in my career that I want to do. And, I've always wanted to do it. But this year especially, it's another year to get better, and a year where I think we have the players and playmakers to do so, but we got to put the work in. And as long as we do that, I think at the end of the year, it'll be looking fine.
You unfortunately got hurt in that playoff game, the one you played in, and had to go to the hospital. And a lot of people were really concerned. But what do you remember about the moment? And looking back on it, is it something you don't think about? Or are you like, I need to get back there and finish this?
Yeah, I remember the moment just because, I was just knocked out on the floor. But, you know, at the time, I wish I would have got up because, man, that process was a crazy process, just having to kind of stay still and, you know, them worried about your neck and your back and other things. And at the time, you know, I woke up and everyone's telling me not to move. It's like, all right, I shouldn't move. But next time, if that happens, which it's not going to happen, I'm getting up because yeah, I'll probably flip up because those IVs in the ambulance is something different, you know.
Just a concussion. It was a severe.
Yeah, it was a concussion. Yeah, it was a concussion. You know, just got caught at the wrong spot in my head, kind of hit my jaw, and that's a knockout spot. So, at the time, you know, I don't think about it now. I haven't thought about it, and you know, football is an aggressive sport, so you got to understand, you got to be on your P's and Q's at all times. And at the time for me, it was to keep my head up and slightly drop my head, and that's what happened.
You're 12 tackles away from moving into second place on the franchise's all-time tackle list. You've led all DBs across the NFL since you entered the league in tackles. Does that stuff motivate you?
Yeah, I didn't know that. It doesn't motivate me. I just want to win. At the end of the day, I want to win. I'm a defensive back, so as long as that ball gets to me, I got to get it down. And you know, I've had 100+ tackles a lot of years, and you know, I wouldn't say I like that. You know, I want to get interceptions. So at the end of the day, for me, it's just I want to win first and foremost. But just to do my job at a high level, if the ball comes my way, to INT it and not PBU it, because I don't really have a lot of chances at that. So just watching this past year's film, especially just understanding the little opportunities that I get when I get the football in my hands, I have to hone in and intercept those balls because I'm not really seeing it. But, you know, with our new additions, you know, I always talk smack to them guys, so I don't think I'll be getting a lot of tackles. But if I have to, I'll be there. You know, I'll always be there. So for me, at the end of the day, I just want to continue to get better with my teammates, continue to grind this thing out, take it one day at a time. Training camp, have a great training camp, and you know, be ready for week one because.
There's a vote for flag football for NFL players to participate in the Olympics in 2028. You've obviously played a handful of times during the Pro Bowl. What are your thoughts on just the growth of the flag football sport and NFL guys potentially being able to represent their country?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's great, especially, you know, there's girls that are playing flag football, just a whole new understanding of football in different countries. You see guys and teams going to different countries this year and, you know, playing football. So as long as that's keep going, that's great for us. And, you know, that would be cool at the end of the day. But I don't know if they would really do that, but it would be fun if that were to really happen.
They just asked 5 minutes ago that it is going to be in the Olympics.
Oh, really? Okay.
You were talking at the beginning of this about kind of the learning curve for the rookies, learning the terminology, the playbook. Obviously, you were never a rookie under JG and Nick, but when those guys got here in 2023, how long did it take you to feel comfortable with all the terminology, all the whole playbook, all that process, even as a veteran?
Yeah, I mean, it took me probably a training camp, you know, just to understand the different terminology and coming from a Vance Joseph defense to where we were playing really tight on guys and, you know, more tight coverage to then going to, you know, this defense to where it's a little different. So there's a lot of similarities, but subtle differences that I needed to understand. And, you know, you understand that by being on the field and, you know, getting those reps in, you know, if you were to mess up certain things, to learn from somebody else's mistakes. And, you know, I would probably say around training camp as to where I was like, all right, like I really know this. I can really understand it. And, you know, they changed a lot since then. You know, I think this is JG's third year here and the coach's third year here. So they've changed a lot within the defense, and there's certain communication and techniques that are subtly different, and I think that is for the better of our team and for the better of each and every player to, you know, play at their best once week one starts.
Last
year they used you like all over the field in a crazy number of ways. With all the new talent that you guys have brought in, do you expect that to be kind of the same this year?
Yeah, I would expect it to be, similar. A lot of teams' game plan is kind of evolved around me. So as long as I can kind of be in different areas, that kind of messes up the offense's understanding of kind of where I'm at, but then also creating one-on-ones for our defensive linemen that are, a lot of additions we have, outside linebackers and inside linebackers. So as long as we can create one-on-ones and, I can do my job at a high level, that's all that matters. And I think we can win. Huh?
How do you feel going into your ninth year?
Oh, I feel great. The guys mess with me because I grew my beard out a little bit. They're calling me uncle. So, I feel awesome. And, I'm still in my 20s, so I still feel great. I'm entering year 9, but it's another year to get better, another year to kind of showcase, first and foremost, what the Arizona Cardinals are as a team and who I am as a person and as a player on that football field. So I'm just going to continue to try and get better as a player, as a person, and, we're going to win games.
Will Johnson says
What do you think of Marvin when you saw him and adding all that muscle?
Yeah, I saw him. I was like, how much you weighing? He told me. I was like, man, he's still skinny. He's gained a lot of muscle. I haven't, really seen him run routes because we're kind of on different sides of the field, but very excited to start practicing again and seeing, our additions that we have, but also Marv is continuing to get better. He's bigger. I think he's from what I've seen on the sprints, he's more explosive. So some people think that when you gain weight, you kind of get slower. I think for him, it's the opposite. He's still young. Definitely excited to see what he's going to do in his year 2.
You're the longest tenured player actively on the roster. How have you seen the culture here evolve, and what are your thoughts on the franchise's direction going forward?
Yeah, I've seen it evolve so much, going from BA to Steve Wilkes to Cliff Kingsbury to now, JG. I've seen it evolve so much, just the way that, first and foremost, we play football, just the different schemes that we have. And now with this certain set of coaches, just the amount of understanding of the football game that we have and, how we approach each and every day, how we win games with motor and violence. And, JG does a great job of kind of telling us what we should do, and listening to him, that's how we, are able to be better each and every game, be better as a team. But now that we have, great players, great additions, I'm definitely excited for the future.
What does it mean to be a part of this franchise for the next few years after getting the extension in December?
Yeah, it means a lot. For me, I just want to win games at the end of the day. And I was drafted here. They traded up to get me, 9 years ago. And I'm still here. I'm still strong. I'm still, loyal to our fan base and our Cardinal fans. And at the end of the day, I just want fans to be here and to be at the games, because I know we're going to put our best foot forward each and every week. And I'm very excited for, what's coming.
This is way out of left field, but in your off-season presser, like in that chair 3 years ago, you told us a story where you went to a bar and no one recognized you, and so you told people you were a dentist.
Yeah.
Are you still doing things like that in the off-season?
No, a little recognized now, but, I kind of just stay home now. Now, I was in my younger days where, didn't really have many kids now and stuff. And now I'm older, so I got my own chef now, so I don't even go out much. I just stay at the house, kind of just hang out with the kids. I like to go golf every now and again. I am getting better, so, and I'm just excited to continue to build my future here in Arizona and, continue to help the team and ultimately win games, because that's the number one thing that we're going to try and do here.
It felt like there were more highlight-worthy plays out of you last year, which might just be my perception. And I know it doesn't tell the whole story. How do you view last year as compared to the prior year or two?
I just, the prior year, of course, I got hurt. So just being able to be healthy a full season and understand that when I got hurt, that was the first time I've ever been hurt like that in my career and missing multiple games. So last year was big on just continuing to get better, continuing to stay healthy, and to just take it one day at a time and do all the things that I could do personally to help the team win, but also help other players out. And just understanding that everyone's not perfect. You know, I kind of had to, you know, not be as angry, you know, because, you know, when guys are messing things up, you know, that's where I kind of get hot after, you know, second, third time messing it up. But just understanding that those guys, everyone was trying hard and everyone wanted to not, you know, everyone wanted to do their job. And at the end of the day, we just didn't do it as a team last year. And, you know, roster's kind of completely different. So just having that mentality to understand, to have guys understand, you know, what we want to be as a Cardinal team, what we want to be, you know, for me as a Cardinal defense, and, you know, each and every day just work to get to that spot. And when the season starts, to have my full trust in everybody and excitement to know what we're going to do.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.